poverty comes from bad luck, bad economy, or bad people around them. They think money is something external, something unfair, something reserved for a few chosen ones, but the truth is far more uncomfortable. Poverty is often the result of one silent habit, repeated daily without awareness, and that habit decides long before 2026 arrives whether you will remain poor or finally break free. That habit is delaying responsibility, not being lazy, not lacking opportunity, delaying responsibility, the habit of waiting for the right time, the right mood, the right motivation, the right support, the right conditions. The habit of saying, I'll start when things improve. The habit of blaming systems, people, past failures, or circumstances instead of asking one brutal question, what can I do today with what I already have? Jack Ma once said that poor people spend time complaining, while successful people spend time improving. This is not an insult, it's an observation. Complaining feels productive, but it changes nothing. Responsibility feels heavy, but it changes everything. When you delay responsibility, you delay growth. When you delay growth, you delay income. When you delay income, you delay freedom. And one day you wake up in 2026, still talking about plans you should have started years ago. Poor mindset is not about having less money. It's about having less ownership. People with this habit always look outward. They talk about corruption, unfair markets, bad bosses, low salaries, no connections. All of these may be true, but none of them build power. Responsibility builds power. This is my life, and no one is coming to save me. Something shifts. Fear increases, but so does control. What is control? Responsibility is scary because it removes excuses, and excuses are comfortable. This habit shows up in small ways. You say you want to grow, but you don't track your time. You say you want money, but you don't learn skills. You say you want change, but you repeat the same routine. You say you want success, but you avoid discomfort. Delaying responsibility means outsourcing your future to hope. Hope is not a strategy. Motivation is not a strategy. Dreaming is not a strategy. Action is. Jack Ma was rejected again and again, but he never waited for permission to improve. He didn't say, the world doesn't support me, so I'll stop. He said, the world doesn't support me, so I must become stronger. That shift is everything. Poor people often wait for confidence before acting. Rich mindset builds confidence by acting. Poor people wait to feel ready. Successful people get ready by moving. Responsibility means asking better questions, not why is this happening to me, but what is this teaching me? Not who is wrong, but what can I fix? Not why am I behind, but what is my next step? Another way this habit keeps people poor is through emotional comfort. Blaming feels lighter than building. Excuses protect the ego. Responsibility exposes weakness. But here's the truth nobody tells you. Your ego is not your friend. Your ego wants you to feel right. Responsibility wants you to grow. When you delay responsibility, you delay skill building. And skills are the real currency. Money follows value. Value follows skill. Skill follows effort. Effort follows responsibility. No one becomes rich by accident. They become rich by deciding to own their outcomes, good or bad. Responsibility doesn't mean blaming yourself for everything. It means refusing to stay powerless. It means even if the situation isn't your fault, the solution is still your responsibility. That mindset alone separates those who escape poverty from those who stay trapped in it. You don't need a new year. You don't need a miracle. You don't need permission. You need ownership. Start small. Take responsibility for your mornings. Take responsibility for your learning. Take responsibility for your spending. Take responsibility for your energy. Stop saying, I don't have time, and start saying, this is not my priority. That honesty alone changes behavior. Once you stop delaying responsibility, life stops delaying rewards. You become sharper. You become calmer. You become harder to break. If people notice not because you execute more, but because you execute more 266, it won't be because you lacked opportunity. If you come to see, it will be because you postpone responsibility one day at a time. until days turned into years. But the good news is this: habits can be broken instantly when awareness arrives. You don't need to fix everything today. You just need to stop lying to yourself. The moment you stop asking for sympathy and start demanding discipline from yourself, your life changes direction. No noise, no announcement, no applause, just results. And remember, this poverty is not a life sentence. It's a mindset that expires the moment responsibility begins. Decide today. No more waiting, no more blaming, no more delaying, because the habit that keeps people poor is not lack of money, it is lack of ownership. And once you take ownership, everything else follows.